right. The time being 6:30 p.m., I hereby call this regularly scheduled meeting of the Hanson Conservation Commission to order on January 21st, 2025. 26. This meeting of the Hanson Conservation Commission is now open under the State Wetland Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Hanson Local Bylaw, Article 3-13, Section 5. The opening statement will apply for all business conducted at this meeting. As per standard procedure, this meeting of the Hanson Conservation Commission is being audio recorded. We'll start with a roll call for the commission members present.
Steve Smith.
Ed Heel.
Dave Mansfield.
TJ Rofi.
Erica Adams.
Frank Skellinger.
We do have a quorum of the commissioners here this evening, as well as 100% of our staff. Turning our attention to the agenda, the first item is a 6:30 p.m. continued hearing for a request for determination of applicability for 66 High Street. We want to start with the site visits.
You want to ask the commissioners if they went out and visited the site.
So I believe at least two of us went.
Yeah.
Right? The two of you went. So if you want to share your findings, either of you, Mr. Mansfield, anything?
Mansfield.
Sure. So I went up and visited the site with Dr. Skellinger. I forget what day it was, about a week ago. And it doesn't seem that the fill is on any wetlands. The wetlands has been delineated again. There's a little bit of fill that encroaches on the 50-foot by the driveway side. And there's a lot of cut logs on the back corner that's also within the 50-foot. Now, I don't know if that's on your property or not.
I think it's just one big piece is fall from the other side. We cut in the left over there, but I can't remove it.
Yeah, well, they're in the no disturb area, so that might be a good idea. The other thing is, did you talk to Dr. Skellinger about the leaves?
Yes.
That's not going to give you a good solid fill for your playground.
You mean the ones right close to the wetland?
Yeah. You're going to just fill over them? Is that the plan for that?
In that side, it was on the way back.
It's on the far side.
Yeah, that's like there's no conservation area on that side.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I was just gonna go over that leaves, but it's about I'll be done over there. I'm not going any farther than that.
Yeah.
That's it. Where it goes.
You're not going to put the playground on top of the leaves, are you?
No, I'm not even gonna put a playground over there. It's just gonna be just like grass. It's gonna be wild grass growing there and fruit trees around.
Well, anyway, those are the things I saw and
Okay.
had some concerns about.
Mr. Hill.
I went on January 11th and took pictures, and it was right before dusk, about 3:45 p.m. It is a relatively large area. My eyes might not be good at judging height, but when I looked at it, I was thinking less than 6 feet, but a lot of fill was added. Looking at the minutes, he mentioned it was 2 feet, so I'm not sure if somebody has a better, knows how high at the highest that is, but it does come right, it seems like I think Frank mentioned that he had you pull stuff back to keep it out of the 50-foot buffer, and at the bottom of where it meets the 50-foot buffer, I believe, if I'm looking at it correctly, that's a grassy area below.
Yes.
And if we do pass this, I'm wondering if we can request that the grass be changed into native plants of some type. I'm not sure if that's even a possibility, but that's one thing I was noting, that if we want water to soak into the ground, native plants are better than grass. But that's just my 2 cents. Thank you.
Did you get out there, Steve?
No, I wasn't able to get out there until this week, and then the snow prevented me. I went out there today, realized I can't see anything. So.
Do you have any comments?
No, I went with Dave. I saw the same things he did.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to impose on the drainage swale on the back side, and on the south side either. So I didn't notice anything that was going on there.
We don't even touch those areas.
Right.
Which corner of the log?
They're down here,
Okay.
but his fill is too close to the 50-foot. Right in this.
Over here. Right.
There's mine,
Pictures,
a
his
couple
report.
pictures of it.
But on the other side, in the back and on the south side, you haven't really done anything there.
Well, we don't touch anything.
Right.
And I know that area I know was marked for wetland. If they tell me that side was wetland too, I never touched it.
Right.
You know, I went over it because I thought it was.
Well, you had the other side delineated. Yeah.
Redelineated?
Yeah. It looks like it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Teresa Hatchie, 38 High Street, Unit 2. I just have a question. Is the soccer, when you go up his driveway, and then his house is to the left, he doesn't have an attached or an underground, and his driveway is there. Is the field going to the right of the driveway?
Apparently.
If you're heading towards his house down his driveway, it's on the right.
Apparently,
Well, that's
I
what's
guess we don't
filled.
know.
Well,
That's
he's-
where he wants to put it, to the right of the driveway.
That's-
So to the right of the driveway is what I view
Right.
as filled with the leaves. Where's that where you were referencing
Yeah,
the leaves as
that's
well?
correct.
So it wasn't in the back of it wasn't to the, just say, north of his driveway.
It's on
It wasn't
your
to the
side.
south of his driveway. It was to
Right.
the east of his driveway.
Yes.
Was all these leaves that are now in the wetlands.
They're not.
No, they're not.
No, I thought you said they were.
They're not.
Ma'am, if you'd like to approach, I can show you on the map where they are.
Okay.
They're not in the wetlands, but we're talking about the same area.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same general area, but the wetland is. So see this road? Sorry. So here's
Yeah.
his driveway. You're driving towards his house.
Yeah.
Here's his house.
Yeah.
The area that's been graded is right here. This little dotted line is the wetland itself. This blue line, and this is the 50-foot buffer. The leaves are here, not here. Is what
This
we're
is
saying.
his parking lot.
Yes.
What I'm seeing from my unit, which is, where's 38 High Street? Somewhere over
It's
here.
Somewhere.
Okay.
Distance.
What I'm seeing on the right, all here, which is then going out to High Street,
Yeah.
is leaves or wood chips being, I saw it being filled. I saw it being dumped. I saw it being spread. So you're saying these things that are here you observed or you did not observe? The wood chips to the right.
The only place we would
He's
care
got
about them is if
leaves.
they're inside of this area right here. If they're anywhere else, it's not a concern.
Okay. And so it's not a concern whether or not it's real fill.
It's not in the wetlands.
If it's not in the 50-foot area,
You don't care what it is.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's not that we don't care.
Well,
it's just not it's not a
the
jurisdiction.
recommendation was it's not good fill for if he wants the
It's
project
not
to
quote
be done.
unquote clean fill when someone says clean fill wanted to.
No, it's biodegradable. It's not
Yeah.
fine. The recommendation was saying is it wouldn't support weight because it's going to biodegrade.
Right, that's what I mean.
But it's not in the wetland.
Yeah, if it's not in the wetland, it's up to him if he wants to use inferior fill for it.
It's just gonna be a grass area for we can play. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a level. That's it. We're not gonna put lights on the deal, good or anything. We
Yeah.
just Great in the yard. That's it. We're not put anything with it.
What about the hazardous waste that's already been dumped there?
What hazardous waste is that, sir?
Asphalt.
Uh,
Frank and I have pictures of that.
yeah, there is some pieces of asphalt there.
There's a lot of asphalt there.
Well, I don't know how much is there. You can't see it, but there's
So
some.
is it legal?
According, it is right.
It's not hazardous waste.
Right.
Asphalt's not hazardous waste?
No.
That's all. I'd get oil in it and everything, huh?
No, it dumps, and how I told you guys, I clean it up. Anything I dump it, if it come a couple pieces, I put it on the side and put it back in the truck.
Yeah.
I don't even pay for that for disposal. It's free for me to dispose. What's the point? I bury those stuff. Don't make any sense. It's my own yard.
Is that according to Hanson rules that it's not illegal, or the state says it's illegal?
The state says it's illegal for what?
To dump asphalt.
I don't know. Is that correct?
The state allows that asphalt and concrete and brick can be mixed with gravel to make fill. The scientific literature on it is that asphalt is not hazardous.
That's we buy for new driveways. We buy recycled asphalt and put in the driveways, parking lot. That's how we build it. It's no poison.
So, to answer the question, we did find evidence of asphalt there, but asphalt is not hazardous waste, so it doesn't enter our conversation. Just like with the leaves, it seems to me that's not something you want to put a field on top of, but
It's
they're not hazardous waste either, so.
Right. I mean, there's nothing in the wetland bylaw about the
Right.
quality of fill, just what he does within the buffer zone.
Right. Yes,
Not
ma'am.
the buffer zone was 100 feet. Last time we were here, it was 100 feet.
There's two different buffers. There's 50 and 100. Within the 50, you don't. That's the no touch zone. You don't do anything there. Within the 100, you can do work, but it has to be limited in scope. So in this case, he's going from a already existing yard to a different grade of an existing yard. It'd be different if he was asking to like cut down a bunch of trees or something like that. But you can do work between the 50 and 100. You can do work.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm concerned about.
Sorry, can you identify yourself?
I'm sorry, my name is Suzanne Bergoli, Unit 41, Dunham Farm.
Thank you.
I'm concerned about the property line between Dunham Farm's property and Mr. Ferreira's property. It's not surveyed. The only part that's surveyed is when he came before this commission before and was allowed to put a septic system too close to the groundwater, and that was passed. I'm pretty sure that he's very, very close to the property line, and my understanding is he has to be, I don't know, 20 feet back from the property line.
Not for,
Not for something like
not
this,
for
no.
lawn, he doesn't have to be, no.
Yeah, for lawn, he can go right up to the edge of the property line.
I thought you had to be some.
Well, for anything other than a building, it's fine. If he was trying to put a house right on the line, that's different. You have setbacks for that. But something like a field, there's no setbacks for
Is
that.
there a height restriction to that statement you just made
For what?
for the property line? And could he fill up 7 feet? And we'd be below that 7 feet?
If it was near the wetland, no, we probably
No,
would.
if it's near our property line.
If it's near your property line,
Right.
that's not something that we would handle there. As a
The
board.
zoning bylaws aren't our purview.
Yeah. Like that's getting
Setbacks fall under the zoning bylaws. Yes, ma'am.
Cynthia Wyman, Unit 5, 38 High Street. I thought you had to be like any property or anybody did anything, you had to be so many feet, they put in a fence or any of those type of things, you had to be so many feet from property lines or from the street.
Those are again, like as TJ said, these are zoning questions, so we're not really the experts on that. But when it comes to structures, you're correct. There are definitely setbacks. I don't know what they are. When you're talking about something like a fence, it's advisable to give a little bit of a setback, but you can put it straight up to the last inch if you want to. There's no, you own that property, you can do what you want with it. Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah, the recommendation when I put my own fence in was that you give it a 6-inch buffer just in case your neighbor wants to try to make you tear your fence down. But for the most part, as long as it's on your property, you can do what you please. Now, permanent structures, that's different. That's where setbacks and zoning comes in, but that's, again, not this board. Like, if you want to build a permanent shed there, that would be different.
Anything to do with property setbacks falls under the zoning bylaws and the building department, not under the wetland protection
So,
feature.
one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
If that is the case, and he wants to put in this field, why isn't the zoning commissioner or whoever a part of this as well because of those concerns?
Because you don't have to have a permit to put a lawn in, basically.
Yeah. It would be up to you. If you're the abutting neighbor and you believe they're encroaching, that's a civil matter, and you would have to bring that as a claim that they're on your property. But again, that's not this board. This board would not do that, and the zoning board doesn't care what you're doing as long as what you're doing is fine, unless somebody complains and says you're not. Then they would go investigate that.
Thank you for explaining.
Yes, ma'am.
As time goes by and his children grow, will he be allowed to build on that property?
Anything within the 100-foot buffer of the wetlands would have to come back in front of the Conservation Commission.
Okay.
whether the zoning bylaws are satisfiable in terms of setbacks and lot coverage and all the other features that apply to that is determined by the building department, not by us.
So it does look like there's a portion of where we did grading that is just outside the 100-foot buffer. So
There are portions of the property that do not fall within the 100-foot buffer. If that were the case, then that would not be under our purview. It would be still subject to, like I said, the zoning bylaws, which are where the setbacks and the maximum lot coverage come from. I can't tell you that I know them all offhand, but that those zoning bylaws are enforced by the building department and would be reviewed as an application for as part of the application for a building permit if you were to build any sort of structure. In the back corner, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand up because I.
Sorry, could you
So-
identify yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa Hatchie,
Thank
38
you.
High Street.
It's just the recording for people listening.
Oh, okay. If this was to get approved, would this be monitored by the I think it was mentioned the last time we were here that it's monitored by the building inspector? Or it's not building?
So, in terms of compliance with our regulations, we monitor for things like the return to vegetation. That's normally part of the conditions. If there's any drainage control that we institute, to prevent erosion until the vegetation is reestablished, things like that come under the conditions that we establish. Administratively, the way it works for us is we issue you a permit, or we issue the project a permit, and when the project is complete, the engineer needs to certify that it is complete, and then it comes back to us to issue a certificate of compliance. When we issue you a order of conditions for a project or conditions for a project, that's filed against the title at the Registry of Deeds, and you need the certificate of compliance from us in order to then do anything down the road.
Okay. So,
But if your question is in terms of like what he fills with,
well, no, actually,
That's-
if it meets what he's stating is going to happen, all of a sudden you go out there and, whoa, this is a lot bigger. Whoa, and I have grown kids who grew up playing soccer, and if you want to put in a soccer field, you're going to put some lights. You're going to make it nice. I've been there. So what if you go and everything checks out, and then the fall comes and it gets dark at 4, and now we got lights there. Does that matter because that's on his property? I'm saying lights to light up.
So-
that.
We're back to the zoning regulations.
it would pertain to us if he decided to put a telephone pole within 100 feet of the wetlands to put lights up, like stadium lights.
Yeah.
That would apply to us. If he decides to put a floodlight on the side of the house that shines out on it, that's really
Well, everybody does that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. I can't
No,
speak for
okay.
Mr. Ferreira, but your standard like house side light, no, there's nothing.
No, just-
Unless he's further disturbing within the 100-foot buffer, it wouldn't fall under our purview.
Sure. It's just a first time for me and maybe other people to know what the process and the procedure is going to be. So that's just why I'm inquiring.
Very
Thank you.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tim Crowley, Dunham Farm. The fill that's taken place already, is that the end of it?
I don't know. Is that the end of it?
I'm just going to spread up some of the areas, just a
You're
little
gonna,
bit more.
you're gonna pull back the stuff that's within the 50 feet, right?
Yeah, I'm going to pull back and sort that area this way, nothing washes into that. I have the sort away for that. So I was going to, when I just see everything.
Are you going to be
So,
adding
so
to
the
square
final,
off?
final
or
result of this is no disturbance within the 50?
But I'm talking with.
The final result of what you're proposing to do or have already done is that nothing within the 50 will be disturbed, only the area?
Not even more than the 50. I don't want to get too close to the 50. I want to fade in before the 50. And this is why I say I want to put the plants over there.
Yeah, so then to Dave's point, you've already encroached on the 50, so you're going to pull back to...
It's just a little section right by the driveway.
Yeah,
Right by the driveway.
yeah, I
right
saw it
side.
in Ed's photo.
Yeah. I'm going to pull that back and sod that right away because I was just grass over here where I just pull it back and put sod.
It might make the neighbors feel a lot better if you get
Yeah, and-
logs out of there too.
They're not going to see that 7 foot or whatever, 8 foot they say, and it's not that much, but I'm going to fade it in. When you look from over there, you're not going to see it. It's going to be faded in. It's like we're going to grade it nice. Todd's going to help me out with other stuff.
So are you not adding any additional fill? I guess is the concern. You're just straightening up.
It's going to straighten
What's
up
there?
where I don't see it right now, but where There's just so leaves showing up, I'm gonna bury the leaves. I don't want nobody seeing the leaves. It's gonna settle down like 6 inches, 8 inches, or 10 inches after years. I don't care. As long now he's only 12. It's gonna be 3 or 4 more years. They're gonna be planting.
And in that zone, we'll be planting fruit trees and blueberries and fescue and.
That'll be in the order of conditions.
Okay.
Right, the vegetation will be part of the conditions.
And that includes erosion control.
And so you're willing to move those logs out of there as well?
The logs is closer to the conservation area?
Yeah, the ones that, they're cut. In there.
Yeah, no, I take it out of there.
Yeah,
Put it in my
so-
truck and take it out of there.
Probably be a good thing to do.
Yeah, I can cut in small pieces.
Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter, just-
I take it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Suzanne Bergoli, Unit 41, Down Farm. Could you please clarify this 50-foot buffer and 100-foot buffer? I'm not quite picturing that in my mind.
So,
Are you familiar with?
theoretically, or where it is?
I'd like to know where it is.
Yeah.
Are you
If you want to
familiar
come up
with?
and take a look at the, it's on the drawing.
We got one that we can leave this out in the group.
You're familiar with the property, is that correct?
I live there.
Right, so on the high streets,
Here's his driveway.
on the high street side of that property is where the wetlands is that we're talking about.
Here, this is wet.
It's behind that other house that's on High Street.
In the blue line, that's the 50.
That's the wetlands we're referring to.
Outside of this red line, but before this.
Way behind him, and he's filling in the,
Can do
6
stuff
foot
there, we can
hill.
put restrictions on it.
You're on High Street?
No, we're on,
Oh, you're down in front, yeah.
yeah,
The grading was done here.
Well, the wetlands is between
The area that.
Yeah,
where
I
he's
know.
filling in that other house that's on High Street.
Does that go all the way up to High Street?
So that's the part where we're gonna make it.
Well, there's a house there.
I mean,
This is, you said.
if you're looking at the house to the right of it,
Well, the
no,
field-
If you're-
left of it,
If you're on High Street
yeah,
and you're standing in his driveway,
yeah.
there's a house to the right.
to the right.
The back of that house is where the wetlands is. And it goes to within about 50 feet, a little more than 50 feet of where he's filling.
So we don't want anything within that 50 feet of the wetlands.
The 100-foot issue, that's already disturbed area from way back when he built the house, so this,
Our original concern in contacting Frank Challenger was for the fill that's behind Down Farm on his property. That has been raised 5 feet or more and filled with all kinds of
No, I mean, we're talking about the same.
We're
material.
talking about the same, yeah, okay.
And then we never were contacted back from him until all of a sudden this permit's being taken out. But the original issues have never been addressed.
what was the original issue?
Well, first of all, the original issue was the contaminated field that apparently it's not legal. But then there was a height issue.
This is all property and it's not him.
Well, there really isn't a height issue. I mean, he's filling it, yes, but it's not a,
So that puts us lower than him. Isn't that a water issue at some point?
So basically.
only if it created a water problem, but there's no evidence that it does.
So if it doesn't create a water problem, there's no issue. But if it does, it's an issue.
Well, he hasn't changed the drainage
Excuse
at
me.
all.
Yes, he had to.
Can we have one
Folks,
Steve,
one meeting, Steve?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't process
Yeah.
more than one voice at a time.
Sorry about that. It took long.
So it's his property, and he's decided to do some filling. It comes to us because some of that filling is near where the wetlands is. Now, he didn't come to us before he started with it, but after talking to Frank, he's come to us because of it.
Well, Tim actually
Okay, well, whatever.
started.
But, so that's why we have it now.
You have it now with the permit,
Right.
but there was no permit when this all happened. So is there a problem doing something without a permit?
Well, if it's illegal, it definitely is.
So you're here to say whether it's legal or not.
Well, so far, we haven't seen anything that isn't, except that he didn't take out a permit before he started.
So
And that's why he's here.
Yeah, that's why he's
is
here.
that a problem when you don't take out a permit?
Well, it can be, but if he didn't come to us, it would be a big problem, but he did. And so now we've taken a look at it to see what he's up to. And
So it's kind of good that he went and complained because otherwise there would be no permit.
We rely on neighbors just as much as we rely on the applicants themselves.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We
It's a good thing.
encourage the public to contact us
It's a
if they
good thing that
observe
Came in.
things like this. We are, 1.5 full-time staff people and a volunteer group that is not able to keep eyes on every square inch of town at all times. So we appreciate everyone who brings concerns to us for us to address.
So,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you don't think that height issue
Right.
is going to be an issue for us with water
No.
drain off?
As we had said last time, it just because it changes the speed at which the water is going to drain, it's the same amount of water. It's not like additional water is going to land on that grass. It's just instead of going kind of slowly towards the wetland, it's just going to go quickly towards the wetland.
I'm not worried about the wetland so much as the
Powerhouse.
Side to side.
side to side, our borderline.
Yeah, what I'm saying though is it doesn't increase.
Pitched that way.
But there's a drainage
It's
swale
pitched
between
that
his
way.
property and yours. And he hasn't
There's a
touched.
There's a what?
There's a drainage, there's a like a ditch, for lack of a better word.
No,
No.
it's not.
Yeah, there is.
No, it's up.
No,
It's
there
up further, way up.
It runs right down along the back of his property, and it comes down to the south, and then it moves over toward High Street. So he hasn't altered that. He hasn't altered the drainage of the area.
Teresa Hatchie, 38 High Street. So at the beginning of this conversation, the gentleman that has his pen like this, you stated that you don't see that there's going to be a drainage issue
Right, that's correct.
based on,
Based on the fact that he hasn't done anything to the drainage, the existing drainage
okay.
at all.
So then,
So it's still going to drain the way it does now.
yeah. Honestly, I don't get it. If the rain comes down like this and it goes off, ooh, like that, then it's not going to come into my backyard. But if it's up like this and the rain goes down, oh, it's got momentum, it's going to come into my backyard. So I don't, maybe I just don't think like you as far as saying that's how it's going to work. But going forward, when you mentioned that in the inspection process throughout the course, that if you feel that drainage has to be done, what does that look like? Since you're only going out at the end of completion of the field, that's when you'll look to see if drainage has to be done, or you establish that at the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't
Am I making
seem,
sense?
I don't see anything to indicate any changes to the drainage in the area.
Okay.
Where on the plan is the drainage?
It runs right down here, like this. It looks as if it's right on the property line or just on the Dunham Farm side.
What kind
It's
of
on
drainage
Dunham
is it?
Farms.
Yeah, I don't know which property it's on, but it's there. You know, there's like a low area right at the end of his property. That's where the water drains now. It'll still drain there.
Yes, ma'am.
Cynthia Wyman, 38 High Street. Can I see that for a second, where you drew that, where the drainage is? Could I just see that?
Sure.
I didn't know it ever existed, to be honest.
Well, it isn't anything dramatic. It's just a,
No, I
it's just
know.
a low area.
Where did you draw it on yours?
It's right here. I didn't draw it. It's just right here.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where it is.
So it's saying it's right along here.
So it's along this side, and then
Yeah.
what does it do?
You
Where does it
can
go
take
from
It
here?
redirects the
then
water
right to
back
street?
towards the.
It,
I didn't know that it existed, to be perfectly
yeah,
honest,
well,
that's why I'm interested.
you can satisfy yourself. Just take a
No.
walk. Look at.
No, I already have this at home, I just didn't know.
It's where he pulled out the
This
two
was-
motors that were in it.
Okay.
But it's still there.
It's still
So
there.
Well,
Here.
he moved
They're not
them.
pulled out.
Well,
They're gonna go with the other methods and go to the.
They're gonna dig them out of the
And
ground.
I
I'm
think
selling them.
the
Yeah,
concern
yeah.
is
You're gonna dig them out?
the volume of
No,
water
they
leaving
bury.
his property. And the same amount of water is going to hit his property.
You show me when you're
No matter
come to
what
my yard. I gotta
is-
show you the
Whether
actual
it gets to the
Yeah.
swale slow or fast won't change that the swale is going to make it go.
You're
where it
not
needs to
changing
go.
the volume of.
So-
well, the other thing that's being missed here, he's not putting an impervious surface on there, so
Right.
it won't increase the rate of flow because it'll absorb into the field he's putting in there.
Yeah, we haven't discussed what he's putting on that, but
Well,
It's not grass, he said grass.
It's not going to be impervious.
yeah,
Right. I mean,
I
if
think there
he's
was some
gonna,
concern because the water, anyway, whether you agree or disagree, water table has been rising. Both our associations, and I understand.
Look.
And I just didn't, I didn't realize this was here. And as the water table is rising, whether it's whatever.
What people,
it's a concern.
but the thing is, what he's doing has no effect on the
I
water.
understand that. I understand that. But I just realizing this here. So So never mind. But thank you for showing
The
me.
easy way to find out is the next time it rains,
Yeah.
just go take a look at where the water is.
Exactly. That's why I said I didn't realize that was there. So that's something to look at. So as we monitor his project, if we feel it alters, can we come back to say something?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Ron Paquetti, down on Farm, 728. How can in the winter time, fall in the winter, you can tell where the wetlands are, where usually Board of Health would require or would want you to do perk tests in the springtime when the water table is the highest. Also along the back property, Dunn Farms, it has been, and it is, wetlands right up to the property line. He has filled within the 50 feet along the back property between Dunn Farms and 66 High Street.
That's not true. He did not fill that area. He
Somebody
built,
filled it.
he built
I-
the septic
I got a
system.
plan, and I can bring it in, I got it in my truck, that it showed that the Dunn Farms land and 66 High Street were at the same elevation. It is now about 6 to 7 feet higher. And that has occurred in the last couple of years, probably in the last 6 to 10 months.
Have you
Yeah,
filled
I mean,
anything in the back?
Never touch the back. This is where my septic
The
system was.
septic system. That's it.
That's, I cannot build a
Has
wall.
not
The
filled that.
septic system coming into back.
It has not filled in the back. I was there when he built the septic system. He has not filled the back of the property behind the house.
So as far as the wetlands, I don't know, I can do a quick one. It's wetlands aren't because there's water there. It's because of the plants that grow, the type of soil that is in wetlands. They can determine that year round based on multiple factors. I think
So the wetland
delineation that we had asked them to do, the wetland scientists came out and
They
flagged
call
it.
marsh area, not wetland, it's marsh area.
So the wetlands are delineated by a wetland scientist, and it's based partially on visual appearance and partially on the characteristics of what's there. So certain plants are known to grow in wetlands. Just because it's January doesn't mean that the plants in the space have changed. And then the soil composure changes from the upland to wetland, and so they can monitor. I didn't watch this, so I don't know if they did, but in one of the measures that they do is to almost do like a little test pit and see what the soil looks like, and that will give them indications whether it's wetlands or uplands. So it's not 100%. It's only in part based on the visible appearance of water at or above the surface. Any other questions?
You are correct. That is wetlands back there behind you.
Oh,
And it still is. And
yeah, that's
it's
why.
not, that hasn't changed.
Can't build anything on it.
No.
There's an old water hole up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he was allowed to put a septic system too close to it,
No, he's putting the septic system on the other side.
too close to the.
So do we want to talk about what we want it to, how we want it to look, the dimensions, or are we not there yet?
I think so. We've clarified that he needs to remove the fill that he put within the 50-foot buffer.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, and then to remove the logs, branches,
Well, the
whatever the
logs. Yeah.
technical categorization is of the downed wood. Were you gonna put any erosion control or anything in?
Nope.
You're not worried about the slope going down to the 50? You think it's going to stay?
He's going to pull it back.
He will pull it back.
He's going to pull it back to make it less steep.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, if it's not going to, without erosion control, it's not going to erode away if there's a 100-year storm or whatever they call them. And then there was my question of thought about the lower grassy area below, within the 50-foot buffer.
He intended to saw that. I believe.
He's going to have a planting plan. We're going to
What is it?
require that the planting plan be in the in the conditions.
Right. I mean, he's discussed some fruit trees and some blueberry.
Right, is that gonna be on the,
That will be submitted to Frank as part of the paperwork for the order of conditions.
okay.
And I mean, there's an approved list of plants to plant,
We'll work it out.
and a formula based on how much area and how many plants.
And do we as a commission care about within the 100-foot buffer, what goes on top of this?
It's already disturbed. It's right here. There's a
Well, I mean,
driveway
if
already there.
Right. If the goal is to create a soccer field, I think it's pretty clearly going to be grass, which, like, he didn't.
Right, I just
There
don't
weren't
want
any
it to
trees
become-
cut down for this or anything, right? This was all disturbed already.
All open.
I just don't want it to
So-
become something impervious. is
So
my-
it needs to be revegetated is the standard.
Right.
That's generally grass because that's what people want. But
Gonna hydroseed it.
revegetated covers grass or other plantings. It would not include expanding the driveway or a basketball court.
Yep.
And it's gonna remove the motors.
Yes, sir.
We have a fence on the south side of our property where there's a soccer field. We got a fence on this side if he puts up a
Soccer
soccer field.
That's again a zoning question, but yes.
Well, I mean, so
Put the south side and east side. Angle 3.
I guess it would be.
It's not really a soccer field. It's an area.
Oh, I
that's
thought he
flat.
said it was a soccer field. for
It's,
us
it's
kids
an
to
area.
play.
It's an area for the kids to play
Great.
soccer, to have a flat area to play soccer, and to plant some fruit trees, and to plant some blueberries.
Soccer field is perhaps a touch grandiose.
Yeah,
I apologize.
We're not gonna put lights and that way you guys thinking. We're not making fencing area. Just
We're not going to
make
like draw lines on the ground or anything like that.
Well,
We're
it's
just,
free blueberries.
if you get permission to come to the property, you can have free blueberries. The deer can have free blueberries.
Yeah, they're out there.
Go and try what?
Anything we missed comes to mind?
No, you're doing good.
Any other comments, concerns? Yes, ma'am.
Again, Suzanne Regola, Unit 41, Dunham Farm. Could Mr. Ferreira plant some larger trees as kind of a barrier to the Dunham Farm property?
He could do that if that's what he'd like to do.
That'd be the fruit tree.
The whole line along the back side of the east side of the property is already treed between
It's, half of them are cut down, sir.
They're all dead ashes.
The area that we would be putting the plantings on would be on the side towards the wetland. It wouldn't be on the side towards
It's not
Dunham Farm.
Dunham Farm.
Yeah, it would be on the side facing towards the where I had just been showing you a moment ago, where the wetlands would be. It would be in that area over there. And the purpose of it would not be to make a barrier or anything like that. It would be to just bolster the erosion control so that water doesn't wash
So
up.
we wouldn't have control of it.
Yeah.
The plantings are for the ecological benefit of the wetlands towards High Street.
I still more privacy anyway, but I'm gonna throw some avocados over there. It's gonna be like it's on my plans, but they are too expensive. But I want private too. I don't want to be seeing you guys when I have the kids over there.
Yeah, avocados are pretty cheap.
Arborvitae's, yeah, those are nice.
Those will
They're like
definitely get
$600 and 12 feet, 10 foot. They're not cheap. If I want it.
Any further concerns, comments from the board? Anyone else in the room? Last chance. Okay. Seeing no further discussion, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the project as subject to the standard conditions and the special conditions discussed this evening.
So move.
Second.
A motion made by Mr. Mansfield and seconded by Mr. Heel. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? The motion passes 4-0-0. The office will be in touch about the official paperwork.
Vote to close the hearing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, does he need a variance to scrape?
I'm sorry?
Does he need a variance to scrape within the 50? Okay. Then I would also entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining. Hearing is closed. You're all welcome to stay for the rest of our riveting meeting if you like. I also understand prefer to.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you understand the delineation on that?
Close it, sure.
Say again?
Do you understand
Find
the
out,
delineation on
as the work is being completed, so that we can monitor the situation ourselves.
How can you find out what?
How can we find out when they start and when the permits are issued, so we can monitor the situation
here
ourselves?
between the blue
So
and
the
red?
permit will be issued
Buffer zone.
probably
And he's gotta
next
pull back.
week.
Anything he did here, he's got to pull
Right.
back. Yeah.
When
so
does he
basically,
actually get the paper? Next
between
week?
the blue line and the red line, like
When will he get the
Yeah.
a little bit right here, as what Dave was saying.
Probably
Then he's gotta-
So early next week.
anything that happened in here
and
is
then
when it gets authorized.
There's a 10-day.
So just
Waiting period.
Goes from here to here.
So it's a
we're not so concerned about
there's a
any water
statutory
here,
10-day period
and the ditch
that
goes
anyone
back
can
over.
appeal the decision we've made,
Yeah. So that's the
and then
So over here is not affected at all. The area that he's breaking.
he can theoretically begin work within the 10 days
Yeah.
at the risk of an appeal halting it, or if no one, if the 10 days passes, then he's subject to continue on. Our conservation agent makes routine visits to check on projects in progress to make sure that they're not violating any of the conditions that were placed on them as part of the project.
None of the work here.
And then, like I said, when they're done, they'll come back with an engineer's letter that the project was completed as designed. Dr. Scaliger or us or both will make a site visit to ensure that it complies with the conditions that were applied, and then we will issue the certificate of completion. So
Keep in mind, he's got to do some planting, so that may not happen until.
the actual official completion wouldn't be until at the latest, at the earliest,
This right here.
probably June or July, because he's going to have time to plant, let it grow, us be happy that it's grown.
Yep. So who we check in with as this progresses?
So,
Yeah.
Dr. Scaliger is the full-time agent. He works in the office.
Okay.
We, like I said, are all volunteers, so we're not in the office, but he communicates with us regularly, and if anyone is concerned, one of us will get out and put an eye on things.
I'm usually
Really
around.
raise
town.
any concerns. You know what the conditions are that we put on there.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Like I said, we're one full-time employee and one part-time employee and a bunch of volunteers, so we certainly appreciate those of you that are full-time eyes on this project, bringing anything to us.
No, this help that was brought up to us.
No, I appreciate, and I'm glad what we got to bring the notice of what we did, whatever. But
Yeah, we're not looking to
no, we're
deny anybody a valid project, but we do want to make sure that everything's done
same here.
accordingly to town regulations, state laws, things like that. So
We're with you.
hopefully everything is
Fingers crossed.
smooth.
Yeah. Call the office if you have questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of them take a
Thank
look
you so
if
much.
necessary.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, take
Thank
care.
you.
It's just, I hope we don't see it.
All right. So turning our attention to the next items on our agenda. Folks, I'm going to kindly ask if you'd like to converse to please move to the lobby.
Thank you.
Just for the quality of the audio recording.
I see you walking all around.
So thank you all for coming this evening.
Thank you.
And I'm like, oh my God, he's getting skinnier, he's getting funnier.
So next item on the agenda is the proposed dock bylaw, which I still don't have a bylaw committee. That possible applicant seems to have fallen off. So I can't imagine there's any real update on that, right? No? Okay. Conservation restriction, did Wildlands Trust re-sign?
It's in their hands at this moment. I think that the timing is that Scott doesn't get together with them except on a like I'm not explaining this very well.
An irregular basis?
Yeah, it's like me getting together with you guys. It's once every 2 weeks or so, unless we have some kind of special issue. he has the same timing issue with his two people who have to sign it.
Is it waiting on anything from us or from the town?
No, so the select board re-signed.
The town is done.
I re-signed with the notary. I believe you guys re-signed at the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to go. Wildlands Trust needs to sign it, and then it goes back to EEA for a
Final signature.
secretary. Someone at EEA signs it. I
So we're
forget
just
exactly
keeping
who it
an
is.
eye on it as it
Right,
finishes.
just to make sure that the process gets across the finish line, because then it needs to be recorded at the registry by Wildlands Trust or by us,
Me.
by our illustrious agent.
Yes.
So we will keep our eye on that to make sure that we get it across the finish line. Master plan quarterly meetings. I've been a touch busy lately,
You think?
so we haven't really. I actually never heard back from anybody about the December dates that I proposed.
I'm good with December. Anytime in December.
December's long gone.
I know.
Which the
So I will try to get in touch. I heard back from the building inspector, and that was it. I never heard back from any of the boards. So I will hopefully have time to try and get that together again now that my other part-time job seems to have slowed down, God willing. So, nothing really there. Conservation regulations, same answer. I haven't really had any time to devote to those. Conservation property list, Dr. Scallinger, did you update them at the last meeting?
S2895 is still in the House.
So it was passed by the Senate. We need to get it through the House. I had previously reached out to Ken Sweezy's office when it was stuck in the Senate and need to follow up with them now that it's in the House
Lisa has followed up also.
with Sweezy's office. Sweezy's not on the committee that it got it referred to, so I don't know how much pull he has. But I didn't recognize any of the names on the committee on steering and policy either. But I will keep an update. I will keep an eye on that and see what we can do. And that's it for the property list, right?
That's all.
Property management. I turn to the property management coordinator.
Okay. Did you get Callahan's invoice, Erica?
We did.
Okay. So I have this.
What was it for, by the way? You didn't say.
It was for cutting the trees going in from State Street and Hudson Street.
Okay. Yeah. We need to know that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I didn't read his invoice. I assumed he put it
How many
on.
trees cut down?
He didn't say.
Just the trees.
Well, that's what they were. He cut about 8 trees off State, and he cut 3 at Hudson. Didn't cut them down. They were down. He just cut them up. They were big, so my saw was too small. So that's what he did. So I got this this email from Amber Stearns, Base Circuit Trail Coordinator, Appalachian Mountain Club. She's applying for a grant to hopefully replace the boardwalk over at Poor Meadow up there off at the end of Smith Malazowski. And she sent it to not just to us, but to several people. And she wanted a letter, if we were willing, in favor of the project. Mm-hmm. It's not controversial. And so she sent a template letter, which I modified and put a Hanson seal on it. And she needs it by next Tuesday, I think it is. So,
Do we all sign it?
That's entirely up to us. If you want me to sign it, I'll sign it. We can all sign it, or you guys all saw it.
If we all sign it, right? Is everybody okay with it? Everybody's read it?
Nobody's seen it, but Dave.
Well, I've gave it to these guys. They've all seen it. Get a copy for you if you want it.
Yeah, read that in your spare time, would you?
There's nothing controversial about it. It's just a good idea. We need to replace the boardwalk. Good luck. Hope you get the grant.
The chair would entertain a motion to officially support the repair or replacement project for the boardwalk and to send a letter to include in Appalachian Mountain Club's grant application of funding for such project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Mansfield, seconded by Mr. Heel. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Motion passes 4-0-0. I can sign it, but we can all sign it. It doesn't really matter.
Had you seen this before?
I just got it yesterday.
Okay.
Well, actually, I got it this afternoon at 5 o'clock.
You already did this today?
Yeah, I got it while I was having dinner tonight.
Do we all want to sign it?
Well, she knows me, so I'll sign it.
Then we can pass it down and everybody signs it.
What the hell?
Is there value in having us sign it?
It can't hurt.
It doesn't make any difference.
I mean, if it's this, if it comes from the whole board, it's
Yeah.
like it holds a little more weight.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Go ahead and sign.
They'll turn the tide.
And what else do we have for property management? Sorry.
We gotta still get to hold of Phil and give him the plaque that's sitting in my living room. Looks nice in my living room,
You're gonna
but
keep
it does say Phil Clemens on it.
He's doing well, by the way.
Yeah, I checked with Alan, so he's probably okay. Should we try to get him here next meeting, maybe?
He says he's still a little weak, so that's a.
Did we want to do it?
If he comes in, then I'll buttonhole him about it. He's planning to come in and
Just to talk.
catch up.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to do anything too formal, right? Just have him come in and you can give a speech.
Sure. Take some pictures.
Take some
Send it to the
pictures.
Express. They won't get published.
What if we do go formal tuxedos?
I think so.
Or just simple?
No, we'll wear the vests.
Canadian tuxedo.
Oh yeah,
We should all wear our vests.
We should all wear our.
I don't have
vests.
You don't have
You don't have one? Oh, you were here that day, were you? Yeah.
You got one.
Oh, no, I believe there is one for me. It's not in my possession.
Yeah.
You have to check
the,
with
the
the
day we were handed them out.
keeper of the-
he,
We should
uh,
wear ties and our vests.
Yeah, he was off the school committee or whatever that day.
Yeah, I've been a bit absent as chair.
So a couple of quick things. I met with Chris Hoffman down at Kiwanee. He called the office looking to get an okay to use some sand from Smitty's for the beach at Cranberry Cove. There's two old sand piles at Smitty's. They're just over the hill from Kiwanee. Mm-hmm. And he was just checking to make sure it's okay if he takes some of it to dress up the beach. So I met with him. We discussed it at length, and I told him it looked okay to me, but I let him know if anybody objected. So
Do you mean like digging up stuff, or do you mean like when it was a cranberry?
there's two
bog, they
old
left
sand piles.
it? Yeah, because
there.
cranberries use sand.
So we're just going to take the piles away.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
He's not talking about a lot. He's not gonna go in there with a backhoe. He's gonna.
No, that's what I meant. Is like
He's gonna
you're
use
talking
his
like
little-
digging up the dirt, or
No,
you're talking
no,
about
no.
taking off what was left behind by the
no.
previous
He just
bog
wants to-
owner?
I imagine it's whatever fits in the bed of his Kubota.
That's right.
Yeah,
His little 4-wheeler. I was on the Mass Pollinators group's Zoom call today. They had an in-service on invasive species management. So anyway, it was interesting. So I signed up for their emails and information. Mostly they talked about Japanese knotweed, multiflora rose, and oriental bittersweet.
What was the last one?
Oriental bittersweet.
Not Phragmites.
They didn't mention Phragmites, but it was only an hour and a half, so.
Yep. Did they?
They stuck to the greatest hits.
Yeah. They said that those are the worst of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I won't bore you with the details of it, but I was on it, and she sent the audio and the slide presentation that went with it. I got it by email. So if anybody's interested in looking at it, let me know, and I can go over and watch it or whatever.
bittersweet's that vine stuff that strangles trees.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I know
It wasn't a heavily detailed technical lecture. It was just kind of an overview of the things you can do.
No, I was just curious about that. I've heard that.
With that sort of thing in mind, I'm looking to buy another tool. I need to get some kind of a root puller or a weed wrench.
For the knotweed?
No, not from the knotweed, but doing these trails, it's tough. We're trying to do the trails and these small shrubs and stuff, as well as the multiflora rose. Digging them out with a shovel and a pick is burdensome. So anyway, I'm looking to get a tool here's a picture of it. It's used to grab these things and pull them out. This thing grabs a trunk.
So does
Can I see that? I'm actually
this have a foot on it all the way here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this a battery powered tool or
No, it's a hand powered tool, but it's leveraged so you can grab the thing.
It looks like
that's
one of
cool.
those things that where you put a little.
It's got a cam on it. It's got a little cam on it.
Stand on the thing to counterweight it, or?
No, it's got a little cam on it. You hook this.
This literally pitches. Oh, you just
You pull
and that huge leverage
That
because of
close
the.
when you pull it back.
Yeah.
It closes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a cam.
No, you see this right
So-
here? You pull this part here and it yanks that.
What's
up.
the
But it's
price
like
range
closed.
we're talking
Yeah,
here?
Yeah, you do. You
it
close
lists
it
for
into
about
it.
$280 something plus shipping, so it's about
How much?
It lists for $284.95 plus shipping, so it's got to be.
Do we need to approve it?
Well, that's why I brought it up instead of
The
just buying.
chair would entertain a motion to approve Mr. Mansfield to purchase the weed wrench?
Weed wrench.
Weed wrench, yeah.
Weed wrench for a amount not to exceed $350.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Heel and seconded by Mr. Smith. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Let's just make it fast.
Abstain.
Oh, that's a cool tool. I didn't know that
Passes
existed.
unanimously.
Well, Dave had some pictures of using it on his website. It's like, you know what, I need one.
I got a couple of bushes. I
Can
would
it pull
use that
out a
one.
multi-flora rose?
Yeah,
Like it
rip
looks
root
like
structure
it.
right
It's
out of the
got
ground.
some-
Yeah, they had some. I watched some YouTube videos. Those guys pulling trees like this out.
Well, I got a couple that I'd love to rip up.
Anyway.
You know, if that's an option, I'm going
You
to those.
can't, that's not yours, Steve.
I know.
So anyway,
However, if you need a training lesson from Dave on how to use it,
I'll come over and do a demonstration in your
That's
yard.
not my problem. I got some root.
Okay, so anything else for property
The only
management?
other thing is, I get this letter that Frank gave me tonight. I mentioned it to you. Smith and Owlzelski, CR is with the Mass Wildlife, and they're going to do their CR inspection sometime soon. So I've got the contact information. So I'll get in touch with them and see if I can take a walk with them. I remember last year or 2 years ago, they said there was a wildlife trap up there, and I tried to find it, and I couldn't find it. So we'll see. So
And Smith Nozowski?
yeah. So I'm going to try to go with them this time and see if it's still there. But I looked for it, and I didn't know where to look exactly, but I've been up there a lot, and I didn't see it. So. Other than that, just if you guys that might not know, we got the trail made from Hudson Street into Smith Nowozelski, the far end of it. So now you can walk in there. It's marked and it's cleared. And we got one from State Street into Webster Billings. And then we have just a rough cleared trail into the Stone property off High Street.
So if we get to Hudson to take a look at it,
Off of Home.
Home Street, not High Street.
can you park off the street? Like
No,
it's on street right there.
all three of them are right on the street.
Okay.
Yep.
It's got a parking area like the Phil Clements Conservation Area.
Yeah, just about. Except the roads are busier.
Anything else?
No. So and everything's done. All the miscellaneous stuff, all the projects are basically all done.
Okay, two notes. I had one pertaining to Kewanee. Moons and moons ago, we had met with Chris about removing that chain link fence on the property edge. Perhaps it rings any bells.
Yep. Oh yeah. I remember.
And I think he's either started or is about to start that project.
He's definitely started.
Okay, I would say if anything, we established that the fence was unproductive, probably dangerous, and not particularly disruptive to remove a chain link fence. So that's on the borderline between Kewanee and Smitty's.
How long is it about?
It's pretty long if he takes it all down.
Yeah,
He's going to take all the posts out?
the discussion we had at the time was to cut the posts and leave the concrete bases. And I don't know why that would change.
Okay.
But I haven't talked to Chris myself or put eyes on it.
That makes the most sense to me, as long as it's safe with a cut.
I heard from my inside source at Camp Kewanee. And then something that has recently come up is the sleeper parking area CPA funds.
Yeah.
The town accountant is of the opinion that because we spent the money before town meeting approved it, the article needed to be for a reimbursement to the conservation fund, and that therefore he will not give us the $7,250 that the town approved because we paid the bill before the town meeting vote. So, there was a suggestion from the town accountant to ask CPC to put in an article to change the wording to reimburse. Legally, I don't know that that's legitimate. By law, the CPC decisions are recommendations. They are not legally binding. Like, CPC is tasked to make recommendations to the town legislative body for annual spending. I don't know that the town accountant is correct, but I also don't have anything to point to that he's incorrect.
You think correct about the timing of the payment being the
It's
problem, or that it has to go
that's
to
definitely
CPC?
true.
Oh, the project was done before town meeting. That's
So that is an
that
issue.
is very legit.
And it was paid for before.
Yeah.
So that's a valid concern of his.
So
Your concern is the CPC part of it.
so I don't know that it's a valid concern of his. The town voted to approve money for the project.
Mm-hmm.
We fronted the money out of the conservation fund with the understanding that we would get the CPC money transferred to us.
Is it something we need to have a lawyer look at?
Well, I hate to get town council involved because then it just costs everybody money and takes 6 months. But
Is it that big of a question or that complicated of a question?
I wouldn't think so.
Doesn't sound like it. But what are the other options? Going to October town meeting, or
I don't even. Where does the warrant stand for April? Is it
it's
closed?
closed?
So
It's open, but the new, we're not accepting new articles.
well, then it's not open. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
The
We have-
other option, of course, is to just forget it.
Yeah. I believe that's the.
Well, CPC is required to spend 10% of their income every year.
And they approved that project.
That's why I'm saying it makes sense to run to Lisa or something and say, hey, can we just ask a quick question, a legal, can we, what do we do? What's the best? I would think they would know the best way out of
So
this.
why can't we get it onto the upcoming town meeting? Is it like is there by
They're
law
not
has to
accepting
close by a
new-
certain new thing?
Well, the town meeting already voted to spend the money on it, right?
That's what I'm
So
saying.
did they vote specifically to spend CPC money?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, then what the hell?
So CPC money can only be expended by the legislative body, which is town meeting.
Yes.
Town meeting voted $8,000 from CPC to fund this project.
Yes.
Right.
The town accountant's concern is that the project was done prior to the vote, and that therefore it needed to be phrased as a reimbursement to conservation instead of a funding for the project. Like I said, I don't think he's right, but I can't find anything to support my interpretation of the process.
Wouldn't it be his job to prove that he's right? Because
Well, I can't make him make the transfer, so
can we just citizens petition it onto the ballot? You only need 10 signatures.
According to Lisa, it's part of the law that the CPC has to approve the expenditure. So the idea was that Lisa would create a warrant that John would sign that said, Eric, transfer the money from CPA into the conservation fund.
That's a
would-
request for her to do it now, not what we did
Right.
correctly. Okay. Yep.
Eric is balking at that. He doesn't believe that's the right process. He believes that the process should be a town meeting article.
Does he point to any law that back that up, or is that just his opinion?
Well, I kind of agree with him because having voted the money at town meeting and the money just sitting there, it seems to me that it's necessary for the town to decide what to do with it.
But didn't they already do that? They voted to expend it onto the.
Well, we can't expend it twice.
Well,
We
yeah.
already spent the money.
Yeah, so that's just putting it back. That's just administratively moving the money around because we fronted.
Well,
It
that's
seems
what I
more
thought
administrative.
too. I thought it would be a simple journal entry, but that's not the way he sees it.
Yeah, it seems like it's administrative.
Then my joke request then is an actual one. Can we just? I know it's closed for new warrants, but can I just go get 10 signatures and say this should have been on the ballot? Can I actually do that? And say
I don't know, what's the bylaw has a requirement for a certain number of days before town meeting. I don't remember what it is offhand.
It's not for citizen petitions.
Yeah.
I did one myself, so we're still open on that. And I hate to say it, but you only need 10 signatures, and that's not difficult to get. I can get you 10 right now. I know it's a really silly roundabout way of doing it, but it would get it done, wouldn't it not?
So the town accountant's specific recommendation was that CPC needs to put in the article to make it a reimbursement, which I for sure do not agree with.
No.
Because again, they are by law a advisory body. They are to make recommendations to the legislative body.
Yes.
Well, that would be, wouldn't an article be a recommendation?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
an
it goes to
article
town
is,
meeting.
all articles are recommendations.
But it doesn't
Town
have to
meeting
come from
has to vote
CPC.
on it.
Yeah.
My point is it doesn't have to come from CPC.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Can it come from Steve Smith,
Can't
private
come from
citizen,
us.
saying I would
Why
like
not?
to move $10,000 from here to
Because
there?
we're dealing with CPA money. Only they can put in an article for CPA money.
Really?
That's why when you see it on the town meeting warrant, it's always recommended by CPC. It's not recommended by us. We didn't recommend that $8,000. They did.
My direct question though is, can I do something without their recommendation to just say, town meeting, I want to spend this money from CPC funds?
Not CPA.
You
money.
can't spend
It
any
has to be
CPA
recommended.
money.
No, I'm saying it has to be recommended by the CPC.
That's right.
It's not. That's not in the bylaw anyway.
That's
Yeah, that's what I'm
state
getting at.
law.
It's like, can I just do it? Can I just do a weird administrative end run by submitting a 10 signature petition to put it on the ballot?
I doubt it.
Damn.
Well, you can put it in, and town council can reject it.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you-
yeah, I get
You
that.
can certainly put it in, but you got to run it through the board.
The select board can't reject a citizen.
Oh yeah, no, they have to put it on there whether it's legal or not.
Okay.
That's town meeting law. We know that because I've done one.
That's why we had two of the same thing
Yeah.
in the past because two people submitted the same thing.
So the question becomes, what does the commission wish to do?
We should not wait till October. So
Can we
there's an
have?
option
Can
to-
we request Frank to talk to the TA to see what our options are and if it needs to go a quick question?
Has
of
she
legal?
said anything to you since she was on the email from Eric
Oh, she
yesterday?
was.
Has she said anything
Okay.
to you since then?
No. No. When she and I talked, her recommendation was to go to Eric and ask him to make a journal entry. Failing that, she told me that she would make up the warrant for John Kemet to sign.
John already said he'd sign it at the meeting.
Yeah.
I'll talk to
and
Lisa
then that warrant would go in to accounting.
So
Tell
that
them
wouldn't go to
make
town
the
meeting.
Transfer. No.
Okay.
It would be a CPA warrant. So we're, in general, if we were to expend CPA funds, the warrant goes to CPC after we sign it, and then the money gets released from CPA.
So
This would just
basically this warrant from Lisa would be pay the conservation fund this money.
Based
as reimbursement for the project as approved.
So this
in Article
But
11, I think
apparently
it was.
Eric isn't going to accept that.
So is that something you can push for?
I
Is that
can't
what
do
we should-
anything. No, I mean, I can go back to Lisa and say,
I mean,
this is the situation. Here, I'm dumping it back in your lap. I can't do a thing.
There's nothing for you to do. Yeah, it's up to Lisa or
It's up to Lisa
or legal, which
Legal
is in Lisa's
legal
court
can't do
too.
anything either.
What is it?
Lisa can't, legal can't do anything either.
Well,
Legal can't do anything more than Lisa can do.
well, legal can say, yes, you're doing the right thing. Or no, you're not.
So if he
We're
receives
doing
an
the
order
right thing, Ed.
if he receives a warrant, he can just reject it, and there's no oversight to that.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So if Lisa writes the warrant saying give the money to from this account to that account, and he says I don't like this, does he not have to formally reject that and say the reason? Eric, whoever the accountant is.
I don't know the answer to that.
Jeez.
All right, I'll look into this some more.
Yay, government.
All right, anything else under property management?
Nope.
Open space acquisition and protection.
Eversource, no update.
You didn't get an answer from Anthony, right?
And Hubble, it's still with town council, and Lisa tells me that the next step is to set up a closing date. But it's still not done. So that's the next step.
So we're ready to close. We'll see the date.
That's all.
Okay. Mr. Mansfield pointed out that we skipped the minutes at the top of the agenda, so we'll fall back and do those.
And we accept the minutes of the January 7th meeting as printed.
Second.
A motion made by Mr. Mansfield and seconded by Mr. Heel. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 I abstain. Anybody opposed? Motion passes 3-0-1. The annual report. In your packets is a draft of the annual report, which I believe is due by the end of the month, right?
Yep.
So we would need to vote it tonight. So we can take a quick look at that.
I'm very familiar with it.
Did you write it?
I didn't write it, but I contributed.
He basically
I've
wrote
skimmed it. It looks very, very good. Whoever
it. He basically wrote it.
he did. Yeah. Whoever put time into it. Thank you.
The fifth paragraph, we completed he repair and reroute project of the outer loop trail. Should be the repair.
The.
And in the interest of picking nits, in the middle of the same paragraph, there are two back-to-back periods.
Oh, I definitely gave you one.
I'm sure you did. I'm just struggling to find it.
I'll take that off.
So where are we at?
Fifth paragraph, first sentence, we completed the repair. We need to add the T. And then two sentences later, after the unauthorized off-road vehicle use, there's an extra period.
Line
Okay,
4.
got it.
Paragraph 3, the part with the scare quotes on the accessible only, do we want to phrase that as also as parking area for ADA compliance rather than accessible?
I think we ascertained that it's not, by definition, ADA
It's
accessible.
not ADA.
Okay, so just accessible.
That's why I
Well,
put
then-
it. That's why I put it that way.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was ADA related.
That being said, Wetlands Trust has already been there and seen it, and they're fine with it. So
That's cool. No, I was only just wondering whether or not the terminology was correct there.
We plan to complete the Indian Crossway Boardwalk from Cooker Place in 2026, do we?
well,
You're very optimistic.
we can break it.
Just all right. So I propose we put ish next to the 2026.
I mean, as we write this, we plan to do it in 2026.
That's correct. I'm sure that the Humble property passing will move at breakneck speed. Now, the lawyers are looking at it. I did ask Lisa about taking the money out of the grant and giving it to Bonnie House or the Plymouth County Reuse. She said, no, there's no problem in doing that. Rather than lose the money, she said, sure.
Now all you got to do is get somebody to spend it.
Yeah, I know. Get somebody to spend it. Somebody, please. Man. Oh, God.
Is this the stuff that's already earmarked for that? Or
Yeah.
are you talking about taking the money from the bridge?
Yeah, money from the bridge. Money from the bridge.
And move it to Bonnie House?
Well, if they don't pass the Hummel property,
Oh, if they, yeah.
it's got to be done by June, by July. So unless it happens really quick, we got to try to give it to somebody that can spend it.
When's Chris's term up?
No idea.
When's Laura's turn up?
Laura got appointed after Chris, so I would imagine it runs later.
Also, in the spirit of nitpicking, second page, first paragraph, we thank volunteers who participate. Put a B on that. Participated.
It is technically past tense.
We thank the volunteers who participate.
All right. Well, no, the Adopt a Trail program is ongoing.
Right.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the prior report.
Well, I mean, the next sentence is in 2026, we continue the trail revitalization project and completing the Indian Crossway boardwalk, so.
Okay.
We plan to complete the Indian Crossway. So, are you thinking we're not going to get to the bridge on time? Is that?
I'm thinking if we don't own the property, we probably shouldn't build a $50,000 bridge.
No, but we should own the property once we get.
That didn't stop that one
once
guy.
we get a closing date. Right? We're talking about the same thing, right? The closing date. Once we get the closing date and we close, how long is it going to take us to build the bridge? And we got to wait till the ground thaws.
Oh, the money has to be spent by
You think this is going to happen in the next couple of weeks?
So,
Are you thinking it's not? I mean, I guess it's the concern.
the money has to
I
be
have no
spent by June 30th.
Yes.
Right.
That's the problem.
So I think we need to look at June 30th and plan backwards.
Right.
When
How
can
long
we-
do you
when-
need
if-
to spend it at the Bonnie House?
Right. How long do you want me?
If we
Are you no longer single-handedly renovating the Bonnie House?
No.
How soon could we physically start working on the bridge?
Tomorrow.
It doesn't have footings that go into frozen ground?
No.
I mean, I guess we don't need to give the money up yet.
No. I was just
But-
asking about the possibility.
If we get to, the middle of March and we don't have
then we're in
closing
trouble,
hearing,
yeah,
a
right.
closing date yet,
Right. Right.
which, we're in sniffing distance of February. The middle of March isn't that far away.
Right.
So I get my request would be to check with the town hall and make sure that Mr. Hoffman and or Ms. Salonga were in fact still members at any point in 2025 before we put them in the signature block. Seeing as, I mean, I haven't been great about coming to meetings either, but we haven't seen,
Yeah, you have a pretty good reason, though.
we haven't seen much of the two of them.
Your other board has a lot more spicy topics.
I'm going to go down there and check, and she's going to say, I don't know.
Well, I stopped at the selectman's office to ask some questions about other things, and the secretary said, while you're here, let me make sure everything's up to date. So she had the Conservation Commission consisting of you, Chris, and Ed.
Oh, so
Wait, they had Frank as a commissioner?
No me, no Steve, no Elise.
Wait, they had Frank as a commissioner? Or?
No, they didn't have Frank. No, Frank.
Oh.
They had Frank on there. He was an employee.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
She said, and she looked in the book. So Mr. Opie and Mr. Hoffman, and I think she had Laura in there, and Ed. So I reminded her that Steve and I actually have a vote. So,
And Laura doesn't.
and Elise and Laura and Chris aren't actually commissioners. So it wasn't her fault. She was just trying to update things. She made a comment about, people who were here before weren't keeping things up to date.
There was a big push at one point to get that straightened up. Any further comments or concerns about the draft version of the annual report? Seeing none, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the annual report and request that the staff submit it to the town administrator's office.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Mansfield, seconded by Mr. Heel. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstaining, that motion passes unanimously. MAC Annual Environmental Conference, February 28th. I believe Erica put the flyer information in everybody's packet. I don't think I can go.
You going, Frank?
I'm going to be in Florida.
Oh, excuse me.
Tough life.
Tough life.
I'm driving down to Florida for the week.
Oh, why would you do that?
Fine, Ed. We'll try to do it without you.
So anyway, not what. It can't be deadline time yet, right?
Oh my goodness.
You gonna go again? Yeah. Did you have fun last time?
Oh yeah.
Don't let Frank leave you behind again.
We waited.
What is the registration deadline for this? Anyone know?
It's usually a month out.
So that'd be like next
I
week.
think it went right up to the day
But
before.
you can, yeah, but I mean, that's for
That's if you want to-
publication.
Oh yeah, you
Right,
can
and-
walk in and just say I got some cash.
Yeah, if you want to get
Like a
it.
month
So,
before.
all right. Anyway, nobody needs to make answers on those tonight, but
I don't know. I gotta check. I didn't realize the date.
it's on the. Put it on the radar.
If you're going, will you tell Erica, whether she's going to pay for it or you're going to pay for it? And
Pay
get
for it.
reimbursed.
Yeah.
We talked to me.
You generally get reimbursed, right?
Right.
Steve, if you're going, will you tell her
I'll
which
if
way?
I decide to go, it'll
Which
be,
way? But she's got to pull a check from.
Yeah,
And they,
I'll
they
pay
can
and then see.
invoice as
I'll
a
get
group.
reimbursed after if I go.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I can go. If that changes, I'll just pay and put in for the reimbursement.
Yeah,
So don't worry
You
about
can
us.
pay
it's
for
just
me.
easier that way because
Okay,
that way I
you-
don't have
you
to
and I-
commit to it together.
Sounds good.
Okay. Anything that we've missed?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Hit us with your best shot, Frank.
Just one thing, actually. The conservation fund was reimbursed for my salary, $15,000 and some odd dollars.
Pay more than that.
No, it should be 12,000.
I was making a joke. I'm sorry.
It was money taken out of the NOI fund, and taken out of the conservation fund, and it should have been taken out of the NOI fund. So that was a journal entry, and we now
And that was just
we are
administrative.
now whole
Well,
something like $36,000 in the conservation.
it was administratively errored out of the wrong account, so he fixed that one.
Administratively put back in.
Housekeeping note: next meeting is scheduled for February 4th. I'm told that we already have a project in for that date.
We do not.
We do. That is also the public hearing for the school committee budget.
Of course it is.
So I won't be here that night.
What are we doing on that night here?
I'm not going to do anything.
So there's not. I thought you said there was some.
There is a project in.
It's 137 Forest Trail. It's a notice of intent.
Dave, you're doing a wonderful job as chairman this year.
My thing is I would love to be able to attend that also. But what time is the hearing?
Well, if we can get at least a couple.
Well, so a couple of things. One, the public hearing's not. Is it the advertisement in yet?
I just put it in today.
Okay, so you're stuck with 6:30.
Okay.
If Elise can come, then they would have a quorum.
Who else besides you is not coming?
Ed wants to go to the school committee budget.
It'd be you, me,
so
and
we
Lee.
need, so, yeah, we need.
But what
Elise,
time is?
so-
That's why I was wondering what time
I
the
might be able to
hearing was.
change
I could
it,
go
but I
from
already
one to
sent
the other.
the mail out. I can change it with the paper, but I already sent the notice to the applicant or the representative. So
What time's the school committee thing though?
6:30.
Is changing it really going to help that much? Or
The public hearing's at 6:30. But anyway, either way, I won't be here.
yeah,
I'll probably come to the public hearing here and then head to the school committee after.
I mean, we can
Is there
see
anything else
like,
on our agenda that requires quorum aside from that first hearing.
anything that requires a vote.
Well, we could, no,
Well, like you can't hold a meeting without a quorum, so you can't.
can we disappear the quorum after
You
there's no
can't,
more
I,
votes?
you need a
Or
quorum,
is
so
the
if I
minute he walks
leave.
out, we gotta stop?
Yeah,
No, if you don't have a quorum, you need to adjourn. You can't do
Okay.
anything.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
If we don't have a quorum, we can't even adjourn. We'll just be in session until these guys show up again.
No, I feel like it just automatically, like if Ed just walks out on us, I'm pretty sure that just ends the meeting.
So, anyway, following up on that, April 15th, and then both meetings in May and both meetings in June are currently scheduled as conflicts with the school committee.
they're currently scheduled.
Conflicts. So we're looking at between now and June 6 total nights that I won't be here.
Can I ask a silly question? Why are they not honoring your request to take those, to move it to a different Wednesday?
So they won't change any of the meetings that were originally scheduled.
Who accepted, when were they originally scheduled? You know what I mean?
Before I even got elected.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fine.
The school calendar's voted in March for the following year. So, to the extent possible, the added meetings have been kept off conservation weeks. The public hearing for the budget is driven by the timeline of 45 days before town meeting, things like that. So, for the 2026, 2027 school calendar, I'm hoping to have a better outcome.
Can we adjust our upcoming calendar?
How far out do we have meetings scheduled?
June.
I mean, there's nothing stopping us from changing them to other Wednesday nights if you all
Or
so
even different
desire.
nights. You know?
Or there's no requirement to be on Wednesday nights. We can schedule these meetings whenever we damn well please.
Well,
I would
why don't we just
suggest
do that
we
then?
keep
We have
Wednesdays.
control here. We don't have control over there.
We don't need to answer this question tonight necessarily.
Okay.
Like I said, after 2 weeks from tonight, the next one's not till the end of April, middle of April. And I think I'm out of town for that one regardless. I think I'm missing both.
I personally have Wednesdays free in general.
So we can discuss February 18th would be our next meeting after that. And we can talk about what the commission wants to do in May and June. Whether you think I'm that important or whatever the
So
case
you
may
won't
I
be.
mean, I'm a yes vote for any day. I don't care. I don't do nothing.
February 18th, I'll be here. February, our school committee meetings are the 1st and 4th Wednesdays.
Just out of curiosity, I mean, is Tuesdays, Mondays, Thursdays, any other days acceptable to everybody else?
Thursdays aren't good for me.
Yeah. Tuesdays?
Tuesdays that isn't a zoning
Tuesdays
board
and
of appeals
Tuesdays and Thursdays
or-
are not.
Tuesdays are tough for Ed between the select board and the ZBA.
How about Monday? Everybody.
Mondays are largely good for me.
Yeah, generally that's fine.
Mondays are largely good for me.
I don't get out much. Any day's fine.
Obviously,
But
so the
people
one.
expect it Wednesday, and at least is that
No, we posted it.
So, like I said, we don't need to answer all of these tonight. Everybody can take some time to think about what works best for them. And if the answer is that Dave keeps this capable ship on course again, if that's the Conservation Commission's will, so be it. I wanted to put it. These I know about, and barring any more 9-alarm fires over there, we're not scheduling a bunch of unscheduled meetings. So I wanted to put it on everybody's radar, but it's not something that we need to solve tonight.
Okay.
Anything else from anybody else?
None of these are mine, are they?
No, one's Callahan and one's WB Mason. Oh, and the Ghost Scoopers.
You're getting the Ghost Cooper's invoices, right? 'Cause he sent them to me too.
And I got it today. So.
And we gotta sign all the pages now.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Initial.
forgot about that.
Back.
Yeah.
I was so happy when we get away with
I
that.
know. Just initial, apparently,
Yeah.
until we hear otherwise.
I still want to if I can get a stamp.
You don't want an initial?
Semi-serious question. No, I just want a stamp with my initials on it.
I need that one back.
Yeah, I need it too. Too many pages.
Are there any without 4 signatures? Or initials, I mean?
Got them all? There's just 3 of them, right?
All right. If there being nothing else, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn at 8 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstaining. We are stand adjourned.